Happy 40th anniversary, Tim and Judy.
Same birthday. Anniversary. Happy 40th. Oh, man.
Where do we begin?
Man, I tell you.
A ton of things. But we're not going to be able to hit them all.
No. But you know what? We'll just start from the beginning of when we met you. We had no clue that our lives would be so intertwined. You know, we knew we hit it off with you right off the bat, but we had no idea how intertwined our lives were going to become.
I know as we got to know you, Tim and Judy, that you always had somebody living at your house. You know, it's like it was the Malone Hotel. And people always living there, and you always showed love to so many, and that showed your heart.
That's right. You know, I remember a lot of things about the things we did together, and one of those things was using their house so many times as Judy and I did youth together. And Judy, I remember how much fun we would have with all the youth of the community, not just of Morris Memorial, but all the kids would come, and we'd have those crazy fifth quarters and just amazing things. And I remember one time going on a ski trip, and all the craziness we went through on that ski trip. But Brian, you have some memories of that too, don't you?
Yeah, and of course we weren't expert skiers. We had skied before, but here comes
Barely.
Tim coming by us skiing backwards with a video camera in his hand. Yeah. Videoing us going down the mountain.
Yeah, I'm falling down watching him because I think it's so cool.
I was amazed. Yeah. You know, you made it look so simple, Tim. I still don't understand how you did it.
I don't get it either. And you know what, Tim, while we're talking about you, I was always amazed at how, here you are, a father and a husband and a businessman, and
school board.
Yeah, and you had a desire to learn to play the piano. And you come to me and you said, I know my kids are taking lessons. You think you might be able to teach me? You think I could take some lessons? And I thought that was so cool. You took a few of them, didn't you? But you were so busy.
Well, I remember coming home and I said, "Well, how'd the lesson go with Tim?" I said, "Well, he was just really nervous."
No, that was back in the smoking days, and you said, "Oh, let me just go out on the porch just for a few minutes, man. I got to get my nerves together." I'm like, "This is fun. This is so great." But I just always admired the fact that you had a dream, you had a goal, and you went for it. You know,
that was amazing. Yeah. You said a lot about it.
You wanted to try
it out. And then
out.
there's the catering thing.
Well, let me tell how that got started. You know, Judy had been the exchange director for the area for so long, and she was stopping doing that, and Brianne had gone off to school, and so we had some time, we thought, other than doing youth. We thought, well, let's find out what we could do as a business and make some money. Our guys would be happy with that, I'm sure. And so we decided we would figure out something to do. Well, we tried to think through things and decided that we would go through the phone book. And we started in the A's and just find where there was a need. And we went through the A's, didn't see anything. We decided we couldn't be an attorney. And, you know, we went on. And we got to the C's, and we looked and saw there was no caterers. And that's how we come up with the idea of Personal Touch Custom Catering. And we had a ball.
It became a family operation, actually.
Well,
the Malone Sharp family thing, and we got under the child labor laws, getting our kids involved in it too,
Yeah.
from time to time. And I know, Tim, I'm sure you'd agree with this, it was absolute torture because they had all this food cooking, and we couldn't eat any of it until it was all over.
That's right.
And we always had leftovers because Judy and Pam always overdid things, but
oh yeah, I mean we would feed half of the elderly people of Chico because we'd have matter of fact got us some of these little styrofoam plates that we could take the leftover food to the shut-ins around town. I mean they loved it when we catered. And I remember after the end of each job we would kind of just sink down on the floor. Jude and I would sit down and we would say, "We kill us," you know. I mean I guess we kind of had in our minds maybe Lucille Ball and Ethel Mertz, you know, some of the stuff we got into. And, you know, bringing that up, the exchange students, I said earlier, that was one of the things that we loved, getting to meet the kids from different countries and really getting into their lives. So much so that when we moved here, we had a couple exchange students, you know, remembering the fun that we had with your exchange students.
That's right, and we've had a couple, and we've had fun with that.
It's been great.
And then, Pam, there's a story about a certain wreck.
Well, you know, as we were catering, we went to Weatherford, and we were coming back, and some crazy person kind of pulled out in front of us, and you know, we hit them, and I
the big blue Suburban.
Yeah, well, we kind of borrowed grandpas. And so anyway, I had to call Tim. Judy had to stay with the vehicle. I called Tim and said, we've had a wreck, and so Tim came and got us and everything. Well, then the next day, Lindsay had her accident at school where she ran into the wall, broke both of her arms. We won't go into all the things that I kind of told Lindsay that her mama was going to have to do for her, right, Lindsay? But anyway, we had to call Tim and tell him, because they were out of town, and so they called Brian and I to come take care of her, and we ended up in Fort Worth at a specialist, and we were trying to get a hold of Tim and everything, and so Tim, that was 2 days in a row, and Tim told me, if they call me and say that you're trying to find me tomorrow, I'm not answering. I don't want to hear your voice tomorrow.
Between the wreck and her daughter's arms and broken, he didn't want to hear from us anymore.
Oh no.
Oh, and leaving Chico. Well, that's a story in itself. We felt led of God to leave Chico, as you all know, and coming back to Missouri, but one of our daughters was in love with your son.
Oh, it's a junior high fling.
Junior high fling. I say love in quotes. Yeah. Infatuation, maybe, is a better word.
But I tell you what, the infatuation was so strong. Hyperventilated. She hyperventilated on the way out of town. Wow. We just knew. Matter of fact, Judy and I had always said, man, we just get along so well. I just wish we could share grandkids. And, wow, that was going to be it. Our little gal here with Randy. But, that's not quite how it worked out.
No, it happened to be the other twin that fell in real love with Randy.
A few years later, and because we were always going to be connected with Chico, and so going back, and they caught each other's eye, and of course the rest is history. And
of course, Tim and Judy, you became mom and dad to her.
Yeah.
Living down there, and I know Judy, you and Stephanie did a lot together, and kind of help pick up some of the slack that we couldn't do because we were so far away.
Really, honestly, becoming her mom in Texas, and you definitely were a mother figure, and she loved you dearly. And then we traveled this road that we neither one wanted to travel. And we'll always be grateful to you, Judy, for how you stepped in there and took care of our kids, our grandsons that we do share and are excited to share, but how you stood in that gap.
We are well aware of all the sacrifices that took, of time, of Tim and Judy, of all the time and energy, and you just set your life aside, personally. Your personal life aside to make up and to fill in that gap.
And we are forever grateful.
Really.
And we're grateful that you were somewhat relieved of that load as God provided another amazing mom for our grandsons that we still share and enjoy. And we're going to be sharing, 4 grandkids here now. Now Vanessa's made it very clear that we're still the grandparents, or some grandparents to the girls yet to be born there, the twins. So we feel honored that she wants us to do that. We feel that close, and of course we already got the 2 boys that are forever linked with us and us with them. So our lives are still intertwined, and it looks like they're going to be intertwined even when we get to heaven. So we're excited to be your friends, and we just want to tell you happy anniversary, happy 40th, and 40 more to come.
That's right. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of stories we could tell.
We're being nice, okay?
Yeah, we're trying to be nice. We love you.